huge issue. As Michelle suggested before, the status of being an immigrant seemed to be an important issue for us to consider, because when we looked at what is happening within the immigrant group, we begin to see great disparities. We have just ran a couple analyses on this. The length of time living in the United States, your health status go like that. What is interesting, and this is something that we were all marveling at the computer lab, that you will expect that the length of time living in the United States will also be accompanied by an increase in your income, right? It's not. So when you combine those two, then we can begin to understand some of the processes that are involved. If you look at non-immigrant populations, then you see another set of disparities. But as you can probably guess by now we are beginning to see some of the processes, right? What is involved and how this is actually happening. What we have not been very good at, and this is the part that I offer as a reflection, is to translate some of the stuff that we are finding into policies or into programs. And that is a deficiency that we have in the current model of Shannon. And as we speak, I'm preparing to replicate the same study in the northern part of the city. And there we are going to make some changes to make sure that this replication component is embedded in the project. So that's my take. Questions or thoughts?
I was wondering how did you guys find who gets included in the group interviews and who gets the surveys? Is it just random? Or?
It's a very good question. How many of you have participated in focus groups? This marketing things that they do to see how much they can sell to you. Anybody? No? 1, 2, 3. Great. The idea is that you gather around with a group of people that shared interest or any other demographics and so on, and you talk about what is going on. For us, the conversation has been about, of course, health, right? Accessing and all of that. We selected those participants by using a technique that is called a snowball sampling. So I will call you and I will call you and I say, well, do you have 2 friends that you would like to suggest that we should invite to this gathering? And then you say, yeah, call Susan, and we call Susan or Paul, and then we ask Paul, hey Paul, do you know other 2 friends that we could call? And what we do in using the technique is basically going sort of in a tree from branch to branch to branch, and that allegedly is helping us to bring diverse population group into the setting. And of course we play other tricks in terms of selecting who will stay in the group and who will not. The survey is a representative example. We have done something that is called, well, lack of a better word, is a stage sampling technique. So all the